Restore and Preserve the Constitution is the official GRA educational affiliate. And here to talk about The Key Is We, please welcome Representative Field Searcy.
Who does your representative work for? Do they work for you, or do they work for themselves? Have they lived up to the campaign promises to represent their constituents? Or are they pressured to follow the leadership of the party to drive a certain agenda? Do they honor their oath to the U.S. and Georgia constitutions? Or are they beholden to special interests that have lined their pockets with campaign contributions? I'm sure that is why most of you are here today at Georgia's Republican Assembly Convention. You are principled people that expect the same of your representative, whether they be local, state, or national. Good morning, everyone. My name is Field Searcy. I'm with Restore and Preserve the Constitution, a grassroots organization founded on the ideas in that name. Who are we? I think, first of all, we are God-fearing people that know there's a higher power who gave us life and granted us natural rights. Secondly, we are constitutionalists. We revere the Constitution over any party or personality. Thirdly, we seek the truth in all things and expect our elected representatives to do the same, as well as to honor their oath and the founding principles of our nation. As an organization, we are activists with a passion for liberty and for informing our fellow citizens of the tremendous responsibility we have as the sovereigns of our government to be engaged in the process of self-government. We are proud to partner with GRA as an official education affiliate. Our missions are very similar, and our goals are similar as well. We seek to engage Georgians in every county to effectively hold the representatives accountable to their oath and to the law, provided those are just laws. There are many things to be concerned about with our government. Out of control government spending, unethical behavior and corporatism at all levels, efforts to change the Constitution instead of following it, efforts to change our form of government through regionalism. We also see centralization of our schools through Common Core standards, our medical care through the Unaffordable Care Act, our safety through grants and equipment to local law enforcement that is militarizing what used to be known as peace officers. There are other examples, but I think you get the idea. More importantly, our natural rights, protected by the Bill of Rights, are being challenged on a daily basis. Every single right outlined in that document is under assault. Now, some of you know me before. I've spoken to other groups around the state on what we've been involved in with the Restore and Preserve the Constitution. And you may have known me from maybe the T-SPLOS days, but some would say that, we've tried to stop all these violations, but there seems there's no use. They happen anyway. And in a lot of cases, that is true. But what we found is that when people are properly informed and they get engaged, they can make a difference. And let me give you a few examples. In 2012, when the state of Georgia sought to impose the largest tax increase in the history of the state through T-SPLOS, a group of people from all over the state with very little money got engaged and informed their fellow citizens of a special election. The T-SPLOS was defeated in 9 out of 12 regions. On the local level, in Habersham County, thanks to all you there, there's a lot of you that probably participated in that. On the local level, in Habersham County, where the county commissioners were considering implementing onerous property maintenance codes that would have devastated property values, a few citizens got informed and engaged others. From the normal citizen participation of a handful of people at the county commission meeting, they rallied over 150 people to challenge the elected representatives, and the codes were turned down 5-0. There are many other examples. The point is, when the people are informed and engaged, they can make a difference. But sometimes when you stand up, you get attacked, as my good friend Jack Staver has many times, and myself as well on occasion. But we have to learn to leverage those attacks to rally more people to become engaged and stand up for what is right. However, leadership still drives the agenda, whether it be your local city council or county commission, the state house or the governor's mansion. So what can we do about it? Well, the solution is we, the people. We are the sovereigns of the government, not those that we elect to represent us. We need a bigger voice from around the state to show that the people are paying attention and will hold the elected accountable. We have the solution, friends, and we're going to share it with you now. Hence was born The Key Is We and the Weekly Enumerator. The Weekly Enumerator is a scorecard for legislation and policy. It's a way for you to voice your opinion, build voter confidence, inform legislators, and change the status quo. Each week during the legislative session, we send out an online survey of a key piece of legislation or policy initiative going on in state government. We don't tell you how to vote, but we do provide you a direct link to the legislation. We send you articles and opinions on both sides of the issue. And it's a way for you to become informed about what the issue is about. It only takes a few minutes to vote, but you can spend more time if you want to learn more about the issue. So what kind of questions do we ask? Well, should Georgia support Representative Stevens on HB 677 in his bid to allow casino gambling? Should Governor Deal instruct the Attorney General to join with Kansas, West Virginia, and 13 other states to challenge the EPA Clean Power Plan? Or should Georgia support the passage of Religious Freedom Restoration Act in the 2018 session? So these are just some examples of the kind of questions we ask. Our target is to get representatives from all 159 counties in Georgia, a state of over 10,000 people. This is another area where we are similar to the GRA, that we want representation from all Georgia counties, not just the Atlanta metro area. We need representation from each county, and I have to believe there's at least 100 people of concerned citizens every county that will spend 10 to 15 minutes per week to become informed and engaged. Now, folks, that's 15,900 people, only 0.15% of the population. If you've ever been down to the Capitol during the legislative session, you'd know that that many voices would be a powerful voice of the people. With your vote and comments, we compile the survey data and publish a 4-color flyer that's hand-delivered to your representative's mailbox at the Capitol. Each edition covers a single survey. It includes the survey question. It includes the tally of how Georgians voted on an issue, yes, no, or maybe. It shows a heat map of how each county voted. And then it shows selected quotes from submitted by you, the participants in the survey. All the comments that are made are on our website. They're, of course, anonymous, but you can read all the comments there, but we select certain ones to put on the flyer that we hand out. And we put a picture or a photo of the sponsor of the bill and other elected representatives. Now, sometimes the legislators like to get their picture on things, and sometimes they don't. The Weekly Enumerator is a way to enlist like-minded Georgians to be informed, to speak out, to engage others, and, of course, to call your legislators. Our focus for the enumerator questions are 9th and 10th Amendments to the U.S. Constitution, the U.S. Bill of Rights, the Georgia Constitution and Bill of Rights, and other Georgia's legislation and regulations that affect your liberty, representative government, and the free market system. As Samuel Adams said, it does not take a majority to prevail, but rather an irate, tireless minority, keen on setting the brush fires of freedom in the minds of men. That's what we're looking for. The commitment of a minority of concerned citizens willing to spend 15 to 20 minutes a week on a survey and help spread the word to friends and family through social media, however you communicate with your friends. You can download the surveys, you can email them, you can send the links. We have Facebook, we share messages there, so all kinds of ways to do that. We have to remember how powerful a minority can be. During the American Revolution, only 3% of the people actually fought against Great Britain. For the key is we're only looking for 0.15% of the population of Jordan citizens. We need everyone in this room to sign up and help us with our mission, because our missions are aligned with the GRA, to hold the elected representatives accountable, to hold them to the principles that we expect them to follow. We have a booth in the room there. We'd like for you to come by and take a look at some of the materials we have. But we have handbills there. We have business cards, buttons. You can download the weekly enumerator from the website and share this with your friends or mail it to associates. We've tried to make this really easy. And a lot of these techniques we learned through the T-SPLOS initiative, where we gave people the ability to print their own handbills and go hand these out at different fairs and shows. We also need your donations. We need your help financially, and you can do that by just making a straight donation, or we also have some educational materials to inform yourself and to inform your family. A few of my favorites, the 5,000-year leap. That was really what got me launched into the Liberty Movement and trying to hold government accountable and realizing so much has not been taught in our schools. And I appreciate Superintendent Richard Woods and what he said about what they're doing with the Constitution and the 2 years of history. The second of my favorite books is Sovereign Duty by Chris Ann Hall, and I'm going to talk about her in just a little bit more. The Law by Frederick Bastiat, America Needs Revival, Not Revision, and a new book we've got, Technocracy Rising, which talks about how we're really not fighting communism or socialism, but we're fighting a technocratic society that's taking over where the elite are going to control what we can do, just as the other speakers have said earlier today. Also, we have a new set of books for children called The Total Twins that teach them the principles of liberty, limited government, the golden rule, free market principles, and so forth. Now, I mentioned Chris Ann Hall. Has anybody in this room heard of Chris Ann Hall? Well, if you're not familiar with her, you need to plan to mark your calendar for November 3rd and November 4th. She's a former prosecutor from Florida, and in her spare time, she would go around teaching people about the Constitution. She was finally challenged by her boss. She says, you're either going to do that or you're going to work for, you're going to just work for me. And so she and her husband made a decision to make a ministry. She left the law practice, and now she speaks 260 nights a year all over the country. She travels with her husband. He's a minister. They're going to be in Smyrna on November 3rd and 4th at the Adventure Outdoors. And it'll be a treat to hear them if you've never heard them before. But she shows you the 700-year history that made up our Bill of Rights. It didn't just happen in 1787. It's a 700-year process that many people fought for and died for to protect our liberties. And if you come early that Saturday, there's a gun range there, and I'm sure she would love to spend some time with you at the shooting range. She's an avid marksman, so come and join us for that event. So I just want to thank the GRA for this opportunity to present to you, and please come to our table inside the convention hall there and sign up. We really need your help, and help us spread the word. Thank you all, and America, bless God.